Hey guys, in today's video, I'm walking you through 8 mistakes that most people make using Taboola ads. So I'm gonna help you avoid those so you can get more signups, get more conversion, and you can get a lot more leads and everything on lines that you're trying to do with Taboola. So make sure you stay tuned to learn more about it. Like always, guys, I'm gonna leave all the links down in the description, and also too, make sure you guys check out the downloadable I got with this right here. It's gonna have those 8 steps, and it's gonna help you a little bit more on getting those to actually avoid these steps and what you can do to avoid all of these. So make sure you download that below too as well. It's gonna be a really good downloadable that you guys I think will really like. So let's just get into a couple things right now. First of all, too, as well as guys, I got a new course coming out. This is going to be a Taboola course over this right here. Make sure you guys check that out. But let's go ahead and get into the first one. The first statement most people are having is not narrowing down their audience the best possible they can based off of what they are advertising or selling. So if you're selling a mobile app, a lot of things I see a lot of people do that's interesting, they're not narrowing down on their devices. Because obviously, if you're selling a mobile app, you don't need to be advertising people who have laptops and desktops if your app does not work on those platforms. And vice versa, if you're selling software and your software cannot be loaded down onto a mobile app, then no reason to do that. So one thing you need to look into doing is basing off of the device. Is this ad going to be for people who are using laptops and desktops, or people who are using iPads, or people using mobile phones? So that's something you need to look into doing and make sure that something that you actually can accomplish. And that's most thing for people doing software related stuff. That's really the biggest thing for those people who are doing stuff that need to be downloaded, or something about a specific phone or anything like that, and do that. Next thing you're going to want to know, if you have a mobile app or if you have something else that is big and you want someone to be at home or something like that, lines like that need to be downloaded, or someone's going to watch a video that you're trying to show 4K quality on, then you want to see exactly, are they on Wi-Fi connection? And this is going to be something big right here to use for a lot of the app downloaders and app marketers. If you're using that, and is this something that you possibly can, if it's something over 100 megabytes, then most likely you don't want them to be downloading on their phone on just, on LTE. You want to be downloading over Wi-Fi. Another thing is also a big thing is location. Lots of people just go to like United States, Canada. No, you need to actually break down exactly what's the individual locations inside those areas. Just because anybody might be able to purchase your product does not mean that these people are more actively looking to actually get into your products. That's another thing I'll look into as well. And then looking at platforms, because like if you're selling to a certain type of person, and technically you can't get the income levels, but based off of what type of platform they're using, you can actually go ahead and kind of separate exactly on what type of income they have. So most people who have Macs generally might have a little bit higher income than some certain people who are sometimes further along on the Android market, belong on their actual operating system, might have a lower income. So you can kind of differentiate between that. It's a good way to kind of to do some extra targeting based on income that most people don't think about. So obviously, if you're looking for people who are hard trying to get Mac OSs, not saying that people on Android or Windows don't have money, it's just saying that this group right here generally, because Apple products are a little bit overpriced compared to other things, you generally have more money to spend. Number 2, most of you guys are not campaign scheduling. Schedule your campaigns out. If you have no one at nighttime looking at your campaigns, why are you wasting money during that time? The biggest thing on advertising at all is to stop wasting money in other areas as much as possible, so you can get the highest conversion, get the most likely people to come in. So like if you are running something that is specifically during a certain time that most people are on, then run it just that time. Don't run it during times that people are not seeing it, or people should not be seeing it, like middle of the night. If you are doing something like, you can't sleep at night, then why are we running during the day? Run it during the nighttime. And that'll be something interesting too as well, because those people will be actively trying to fall asleep, but they're not falling asleep because they are up at night. That could be a different way to do it. But look at just setting up campaign scheduling. It really helps out, and basically minimizing as much as possible wasted clicks. Number 3, and this is something that we go over very, very in depth into the course that I'm coming out with too. You guys be looking to and kind of pre-order or pre-sign up for that a little later. But the biggest thing is using generic photos. This is a big thing, and you see a lot of the better people who are using Taboola online are using very unique photos that only their audience will be most likely to click on. And it's something that you really have to put stuff together for, because if you put something generic, then it's it's not going to work as well. And this could be something, I'm not even saying you have to go out and purchase something or even shoot something that is generic, it is more unique. Taboola has a huge suite of free photos that you can use. You just need to pick something that your audience will relate to a lot, and not something that someone else's audience will relate to. So if it is something, say you're doing something on the lines of you're trying to you're selling someone a hairbrush. Well, the good thing to do, show someone with hair that needs to be brushed and something like that, or show someone with crazy hair and all that stuff like that, who are tangled up and nappy and stuff like that. But don't show a picture that can be used for something else, someone else will click on it. Because a lot of times people might read like the first couple words in your actual headlines and then click on your image based off of what your image looks like. So choose stuff that actually where people are like, okay, yes, I need a brush, let me get that, and then go from there. Let's go head over to the next. Number 4. So this next one ties in exactly with the last one we actually talked over. Not having people in your photos. People love to engage with other people and especially people who are engaging in photos. So try to put people in your photo where it makes sense as much as possible. So if it is with a product, a person using your product, maybe not just your product just standing there, it's a good way to do something, just to build a better connection with your audience. And also too, just from my studies, clicks with photos of people get a lot more clicks. Number 5, you guys are too worried about getting the most amount of people to click. You don't want the most amount of people to click. You want the right amount of people to click. So one way to go about doing this right here, obviously we talked about using your photos to basically to defer or to like deter traffic from people from clicking on it and deter clicks. You need to make your text as much as possible relate to just that one special person that you're trying to advertise to. So don't make it too broad. And it's okay if it's very targeted. Those people will click on it and you will end up spending a lot less money as well on this platform, because basically you are in a pay-to-play pay-per-click actually model. So when you're going through and using these right here, if you are not making that text very very targeted and stuff like that, you're gonna have problems. And this can be something else. You see a lot of different Taboola ads out there where someone will be like people in your area. So for me, it'd be people in Texas or people in Grapevine, whatever. People in Grapevine are using this right here for tax lien, and this is person for house tax lien or not using this right here to save money on their taxes. That might be something they have. So this is already saying people in your area. So obviously they're identifying people in your area. So if you're not in that area, you're gonna just pass by it. And also too as well, if you're going through and then you don't have a house, then you don't need to worry about taxes on your houses. Or if you're in, so basically if you're in Grapevine in your house and you're worried about your taxes being high, then you'll be able to actually use this right here to go forward, and they'll click on that. They're more likely to click on it, especially if you show a house that generally looks like it is in this area. And then that makes it a lot easier for people to click on those right there and actually sign up, and then they'll actually purchase your product or go through your lead, purchase your course or lead, whatever you're trying to sell. Number 6. And this is one inside the course that when I'm gonna walk you guys through at the very end, that is huge. Like I've seen very, very, very few people do this right here. This is the equivalent on Taboola as if you're on Google AdWords and using negative keywords. You need to go ahead and block publishers. Every week or so, or even every day, to be honest, go through all of your publishers and block the ones, go to their site and block the ones that are not related to what you're advertising to. This right here will help the tremendous amount to actually getting to and actually converting user. So the person, like if you're looking at generic sites such as like CNN and different news organizations, then you don't have to actually go through and narrow down those sites. But anything else that is off topic, if it is something that is off topic and it is like a news site that is off topic, that goes over one genre that you're not trying to reach, then don't worry about that, and then just go through and just block that user, block that publisher, and do that over and over. It's the equivalent to negative keywords on AdWords, because you cannot go through and do exact targeting yet on Taboola. So you can go where you can go through and choose your publishers, but you can choose who you do not want to publish on, and you can go through their list, and your ad might have to run on those actual places as well. But you'll notice that too as well, that you can go through and just exclude them and go through the list and do that every single week. And then you'll finally realize that A lot of your stuff would be just running on a couple different publishers or 20, 30 publishers that actually convert and help you get more traffic. This will help you more than anything else. And I actually show you a little bit more how to do this and a faster way to do this in the course that's coming up. Number 7. So now you have everyone that's came to the site and people clicked around. Some people purchased something. A lot of people might not have. Now what to do? Most people make the mistake by not retargeting. You should put the actual Taboola pixel on the site so you can retarget all those users that engage with your site. And basically the audiences can last for a pretty while, up to 180 days on there as well. And you can retarget them over and over to get them to convert. And this is how you get those higher conversion rates and actually get people to actually come back and actually purchase a lot more of your stuff. I know a lot of people ask that, okay, people not buying my stuff, or a small amount of people buying your stuff, because they've only seen your stuff one time. You need to go ahead and get those 7 touch points and get them to convert a lot easier by retargeting. So make sure you guys are set up retargeting, set up the pixel, which I'll say is the number one thing that you need to do when you first start. Set up the pixel. So after you're doing retargeting, and this is number 8 right here. So after you're doing your retargeting and you got all this other stuff set up and stuff, and you avoided all those other mistakes, the last mistakes that's gonna really hurt your budget the most, besides doing the other ones, is gonna be testing. If you do not test as a marketer, you will not perform the best possible you can. Marketing is not some huge do this right, do right here, like something that people start off the campaign just knowing. It is something, a campaign is improved over time. And this is not just based off of Taboola campaigns, this is based off of any campaigns, because you should learn more about your audience from going through and building the campaigns, and then also too, we should learn more about what does not work as well and what works better by going through and testing, A/B testing. And make sure when you're A/B testing, if you are A/B testing, make sure you are testing one thing at a time. So if you're testing the photo, just test that photo. If you were testing the text, then go ahead and test the text. So you're not having a huge issue later on with like conflicting numbers and stuff. A lot of people test too many different, totally different ads, and you need to test from everything from your text to your, to your image to your landing page, and that part right there, and also the sites that is on too as well. If you're not doing these things and you're testing all of them differently at the same time, then you don't actually know what actually doing better. You might have one that performs better this time, one performs better this time, but you're not actually making the best progress to figure out exactly what's the good format to have those 3 things work the best. So that's like the biggest thing I had to say as on that part, guys. And these are the 8 tips, guys, really that you need to avoid. And also want to tell you guys that literally marketing on Taboola can be very inexpensive. It can get you a lot of conversions. Specifically, you're looking for building an email list or building some initial or brand awareness for your products. Works very well. Lead gen works very well on there too as well. Especially from doing a strategy I like to call basically just you do content and then you sell. So basically I call it CS, content then sell. But basically you drive them to content, get their email, then sell to them later through email in that portion. So help build up your initial leads and stuff like that. You also can sell direct too as well. You see companies like DJI and other companies along the line sells directly product related. You see Amazon doing a lot of stuff on there, especially on retargeting. But those work the best when you are actually retargeting the user when you're selling products, because they've already showed engagement. Good thing Taboola can do is get people to show engagement into your product and then come back and sell them on actually what you're trying to sell them on, basically after they gave engagement or gave you their email. The good place to kind of introduce you to new customers. So enough with all that stuff right there. I want you guys to go ahead, download below. Also check out the other course I created. This course is basically how to build your target audience. If you do not know how to build your target audience, you're gonna have a huge issue. Not even build your target, but actually target your target audience and determine who that target audience is. If you do not know your target audience, you will not sell anything. So really, you need to know your target audience. So go through and do that, and don't waste a whole bunch of time and effort going through stuff. And just get to exactly who your audience is. And I have a simple laid out formula. It's only $49, really simple. You will figure out your target audience that you can use over and over. And also with that too as well, you get a 30-minute consultation with me, and I will actually walk you through how to figure out your target audience and help you actually build that out and stuff like that. So look into that right there, and it's basically you get a 7-day no money back, no questions back, money back guarantee. guarantee all that stuff right there. But guys, I want to say thank you guys so much. I know I haven't posted in a while. I'm going to be posting a lot more as well, updating basically a lot of my businesses and stuff like that. I want to bring you stuff into it. I want to start bringing you into more hustle videos. Hope you enjoy that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Xavier Kelly, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like this. Actually, hit the like button like 15 times. Okay, just hit it once. But hit the like button, share this with someone who actually trying to get into Taboola. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Xavier Kelly. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.